Welcome to another edition of Swim Easy Speed. Today we're going to look at how your stroke changes and whether you want it to or not. So this is just kind of a series of videos. When I got the endless pool, I tried to kind of see if I could train up for a fast 50 freestyle just by training in the endless pool. And so I started, kind of in May 2021. Here's the tempo. You can see kind of the left is getting stuck a little bit. The tempo is pretty slow. I hadn't been training much at all at this point. I was probably, I would say 15, 20 pounds heavier than I am now. The pace was running the same, so it was 5100. But yeah, you can really just see that left getting stuck. The right is okay. I'm right-handed, so the one thing you always want to think about is that we kind of have a baseline in terms of the movement, how we're all just kind of programmed, set up, what our movement patterns have been through as we've gotten older. And by the time we get older, they're pretty much kind of cemented in place. You've got to do a lot of work with a lot of focus to get them to change, especially if you came from a swim background. If you didn't come from a swim background, it's a little bit easier even as you get older, but it's still a lot more work than, say, if you were coming into this as a kid. So here you can see I've been working for about a year and didn't have access to a weight room, which is kind of where the best place to solve some of these problems would have been. So I kind of did it the old-fashioned way, which was, every time I got in the pool to swim, I just focused on pulling harder with my left. And, you can see here, there's good rotation. It's equal on both sides. I'm generating about the same amount of power on each side. And, it looks pretty good. I need a little bit more for a 50 free. I need a little bit higher tempo, but that was going to be down the road. So here was back in October, not too long ago. And you can see it's back to kind of a little bit the way it was. The tempo's a little bit better. Now, I'm 15, 20 pounds lighter than that other video, so that certainly helps. But you can see kind of, and we'll get a better view from the front, you can see how the left is a little bit lower on the recovery than the right. And, so if we look here, we'll back up. Okay, so here's kind of the right coming over the top on that recovery. Here we are. And, we're kind of 45 degrees, call it maybe. On the left, we're coming in, and I think it's a little bit, it's probably, that one's probably pretty good. So you can see kind of on the left, here's that angle of the shoulder off the water. We're about pretty low for a sprinter, kind of 30 degrees. That could be a combination of things. I'm just weak on that left side. It could be I'm not finishing enough on the right or with enough power on the right. So then the left feels like it's got to get over a little bit quicker. You always want to remember the left and right side are connected. What you do on one side usually impacts the other. So those are some of the things that you'd want to think about. The reason that I kind of backed off training in the endless pool was I found some things out about training in the endless pool once I got those sensors, the swim sensors that I've been showing everybody on the channel, that gave me pause about continuing the training in the endless pool. And I'm going to do a video on it to kind of go into a little bit more detail about what I mean with that. But, it was pretty significant, to be honest with you. But yeah, so that's some of the things that happen when you're training and when you're not paying attention necessarily to the stroke, or you take off training for a while. There can be some pretty significant changes to your stroke that you might not even be aware of, can't feel. And so it does help to get video. It does help to kind of work with a coach that knows what to look for, knows how to help you, and what you should focus on first, and how to get there, how to improve it. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. All of those things help in kind of growing this channel. So, I'd love to continue to grow the channel, and the more kind of subscribers and people sharing our content just helps immensely in allowing me to kind of continue to push out all this free content so you guys can maybe learn a little bit more about swimming. So, again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in the pool soon.